Bill's out here. We're going to try to get all that manure in the gardens. It's going to take days of work. Hey, leave the gate alone. And get ready for spring. We got lots of it. And there, out that way. But it makes a pretty good garden having that manure in it. And it's just sitting on top of the soil. We're not tilling it in. And dogs are wanting to play. There's Belle. She'd like to come out here. And Sonny, he would like to come out, but I know where he'll go. He'll go that way, Sonny. Yeah. He's watching. I could come out and help you. Uh-oh. Big old goldfish. In the winter, when we fill up the horse troughs, if they're very low at all, we have these here to put around our hand so we don't forget to shut the water off. And so if we go in the house and take our gloves off, it's like, oh, there, we gotta go shut the water off. And instead of buying a brand new one of these, what I do sometimes, I find these at Walmart on the parking lot, and I'll pick them up, bring them home, and set them out here, and put them around the thing. So when I start the water up, I just grab them and put them on. This is my timer, and so I don't forget. And in the summer, we do have timers we use on these, but we can't use them in the winter or they freeze up. So this is our timer. We go in the house. Uh-oh. Gotta run out and shut the water off. I just thought I'd show you. I'm gonna show you something. This is why I'm always trying to make wind blocks, because we get strong wind out here, and we do got a wind wall over there for the horses, and then we got pallets, and then in the summer we got the sunchokes growing up. Soon I'll have all these goji bushes on the pathway, and I just try to keep creating wind blocks to fight against the wind. And even this one got knocked down some. The food forest over there, it has that cane, and that helps a whole lot. And it's got the willows, and that really cuts down the wind. But this is still open, and we get a lot of wind through here. So that's my goal, to keep creating wind blocks. This cane really helps block the wind. In the summer it thickens up. It kind of gets in the path, so we cut it down for the horses, give them treats. But my willows are getting bigger, putting more shade out for the food forest on this side, and creating more wind blocks. I like to try to keep my the gardens all cool through the summer, because it just gets too hot. When the seed pack says plant in full sun, you can't do it here because it just burns them up. So you got to kind of have dapple shade. Looks like you got lots of help there.
Alright.
Looks like you got a lot of help there.
They don't do much.
Yeah.
They kind of watch. They're like government bureaucrats.
Oh, don't call our dogs government bureaucrats.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
It is.
I'm sorry about that. They're free individuals.
Yeah.
Watch it, Sonny. Look.
Hi, Ben. Hey.
Then we'll let the
Sonny.
chickens back in here and
Let them work it over.
yeah, they work it over.
He's going to put leaves and manure over here. We got leaves on here. This. Come here, Ben. Come over. There you go. Right. And this little spot right here, it just grew the greatest green beans. And it had a lot of shade on it. And you wouldn't think green beans grow with the shade, but out here, the sun and heat is so hot, it didn't matter to them. But the little green beans look real good. The water trough is washed. We let it run to get that debris out of it, clean up the water, and plus the animals get to walk on the water when they come get a drink. It's good for their hoofs because around here we don't get that much rain. Look at that, they want to drink that water on the ground. I'm going to put some water in this. This is for the quail, rabbits, or anything that needs some water because there ain't no water out there in the desert. Quail really likes it. And roadrunners will come and drink it. If we don't have water here, the roadrunners are getting this, and we had roadrunners to die before because we didn't have something they can pull themselves out. So now all our tanks has something that they can come out on. So in the summer, we get gobs of yellow jackets wanting water. Because there's no water out there, they come to the closest place for water, and it's just a mess of yellow jackets. And I found dead hornets in that too, so we got hornets around here. Luckily, I never come across them. But other kind of wasps come here and get water too. So our neighbors told us one time, this was a few years ago, before we moved here, their kids was little, so they got one of them above ground swim pools. And he said they finally had to give it up because there's so much yellow jackets in that water. All you's doing is trying to drown the yellow jackets. So it's not a good idea to have a swimming pool unless it's enclosed. If you live out in the desert, they're going to look for water. What are you doing, Belle? Hey, she was looking at me dancing. Hey, are you looking? She just wants to explore so much, hunt for mice and rats. If only she could teach Sonny that. Well, one time, we seen tracks of an oryx come from the back, and it had little baby tracks with it. And it come up and got some water out of this tub here. Sometimes it's pretty dry out there, and you gotta go a long ways to get water. Girl. And they just went through the fence, it looked like. But I thought, well, I'm glad it could come here and get water. And sometimes we'll have deer out there or standing, but not sure about coming in here getting water. One time it was a big old buck, great big antlers. Of course, the hay peoples really knocked the brush out, but it was real thick with brush. And he's standing out there looking, wishing he could come in here, but he wasn't quite sure. As one thing, the donkeys, they kind of run off everything. They're protected. They protected the horses. They're good guard dogs. And I'm sure coyotes come in here and sneak a drink. They can't find water unless the creek is running. Everything's all about water out here. That's just about getting full. But these things here are really handy to have in the winter so you don't forget. Because while ago, I did forget. And I felt this on my hand. I was, oh, I better go check that water. Belle's hard at work. I'm sure glad I got her. I bet she's falling a gopher hole. Because they're moving over here. You should be doing that, Ben. You got big feet. Let's try and get Sonny.
Belle's get them.
Yeah, there's a trail hose right through there. Try and get Sonny to figure that out.
Sonny, if you put your big foot down there, you can do some good.
Yeah.
Hey.
Sonny, dig. There's a gopher hole right there. There, Sonny, get it. Get it, Sonny.
Get it.
Get it, Sonny.
He's getting the wrong animals.
Yeah. Belle's getting mad at him. Tiger, you digging the wrong way, I think. Well, I guess it comes this way, too.
Yeah. Get him, Tiger.
Now, some of these big old paws would work it real fast. Oh, well. So the water's done?
Grab the hose.
Okay. I don't know what Ben's barking at. Oh. Well, the water trough's all full. Put the tie back on it. There you go. Well, that looks good. I'm glad to get that here. Bill said there's baby birds in the horse's barn, so I'm going to go look. We found this old carpet a long time ago, and we put it in the barn just to help the barn stay warmer. So just throwing it away. We thought we could use it on this. And up here, Bill found some baby birds. So, everybody's thinking it's spring coming. I'll show it behind you. There's another mama wanting to have babies. Bill just took another load in there. I'm gonna go look. Well, the chickens are gonna have a lot of work to do today, turning everything over. Sonny's looking for food. He can have all he wants. Fuel that stomach. This is a goji bush I'm going to take out, prune it back, go put it back in the food forest. I watered so much through here last year, it got weak. The roots did, because they can take water, but they don't like a lot. And it started tilting over, so I tied it to a stake. The wind was blowing it over this way, so I plan on pulling it up. It don't like living here no more, because I used to not give it no water. But since I'm gardening in here again and making this a garden bed, it's getting too much water, so I'm going to take it out. It'll be happy to get dry feet. This bush here is a desert bush that I always find down by the creek, and they like water, but I don't water it either because rainwater's enough for it. And it gets little white blooms in the fall, real pretty. But I put it in here, just try to break some of the desert wind in the summer. And so far, it doesn't mind me watering extra around where the plants are. It didn't mind it at all. But I want to keep it not too big, but so it can throw some shade, but not get crazy.
Two loads for that one over yonder.
Okay. I got this garden spot here to grow cucumbers or something up the fence. Well, his big paws, if he would, he could spread that out for you. He just don't know what to do with them feet.
The youth of America.
Huh?
The youth of America.
Yeah, and look at him wetting on the wall.
Hey, boy.
He's a big help. Well, thanks for watching from out west Homestead. He's just got one more to go, and he'll be done with this food forest here. Bye. Everybody's going to have vitamins today. Bill's through for now picking up manure, and he's out here picking up pine cones.
Well, there was a bunch of them in that ditch where the runoff water comes by and feeds the pine trees. And I didn't want to leave them in that ditch because if we get a big rain, it'll carry them on out to the road. And I want to pick them up.
Let's see how much you got so far. Oh.
It'll fill the bucket because I still got some here.
We need to teach Sonny how to pick them up, drop them in the basket.
We need to teach Sonny a lot of stuff.
Sonny, did you hear that? Will you help Daddy pick up pine cones?
Yeah. That's about all of them. I just had to look over. And I was coming out of there and see them in that ditch.
Uh-huh. And he uses them for his the little heater on the back porch.
It's a good fire starter.
Mm-hmm.
Them trees make them every year.
Yep.
There's still a bunch up there. The wind hadn't knocked down yet.
Not yet.